most ambitious person I know. Not people. You're not a people, are you? Sometimes I feel like I am. But anyway, this is Sheriff Gary Howard. He's Sheriff of Tioga County. Been there for how many years?
With the office 47.
47 years. So when he says things, he knows what he's talking about. So Gary, without further ado, have at it.
To add on what Bill said, I'll give you a little more background. I don't know if I did the last time. First, I'd like to say thank you for inviting me back the last time. But I'll explain a little bit about who I am, what I am, and where I am. I actually went to school just down the street here, actually from Bennington. Middle class parents, direct parents. My stepfather didn't have my father. Stepfather, hard working man. Mother was worked at Bennington State Hospital. But they were good parents. Both, 2 years ago, my mother died. So that was 10 years ago. Nonetheless, good parents. Taught me what was right and wrong. They told me to make your own decision. Passed down to my kids. I have two. I have a son who lives out in Ohio. Try to pass it on to them. This is right, this is wrong. You make the decision. If you teach you what's right and what's wrong, but I can't make those. So I always told them, out with your friends, you gotta give them 2 seconds of your life. 2 seconds. That's all I need. You gotta go do something, they're talking about doing something, step back, give you those 2 seconds and say, right, is this wrong? If you say it's right, that's your decision. If you say it's wrong, then you need to make another decision. Do I go ahead with the crowd, or back off? And it's worked well for me, for them, because my office never called me and said, we have your son or daughter here. You want to come pick them up? Never called me and said, we've been pulled over by the police. I think I'm in trouble. None of that. No drugs, smoke, drink. So I think that you've done okay. You've done okay. Both hard workers. Nothing's ever been given to them. I'm going to give them what I think can. So they're pretty good kids. Of course, like all kids, we do the testing. And I always joke with my daughter, and I tell her, like, I love you like the day is long, but I raised 6 boys and a girl. I'm sorry. But they're both good kids. So that's where I found. I went to the military. 287th company over in Berlin, Germany. For 2 years. Patrol on the wall. That's quite an experience. I'm glad I did it. Wouldn't give me $1 million for what I learned. A dime to do it again. So, I spent 3 years overseas, came back to Bennington, and had plans to move to North Valley. And they said, why don't you move up here? Bennington wasn't looking. So I moved to North Valley. And luckily, we were given a test at the sheriff's office. So I took the corrections officer's test and got hired on September 5th, 1977. Worked in the jail. So I worked in the jail for 2 years. Got put another test, got promoted to roll patrol. Worked in roll patrol for 2 years. Took another test. Got promoted to sergeant. Worked as a sergeant for a little over 2 years. Then got promoted to investigator. was an investigator for 10 years, took several more tests, then got promoted to senior investigator of the criminal division. I worked that for 10 years. So I did a criminal investigation for basically in that division, you do all the burglaries and the thefts and the homicide, rapes, and special abuse, and all that. My heart's always been my criminal division. I love that job. I love that division. I got a really good group of guys now. Can't fit to work with them. They do a fantastic job. Really dedicated. So any, past homicide the last 20 years, 40 years, we had a story. It's a great story. Had a homicide, a woman was killed by her neighbor. In Tioga County. 20 years ago. Shot. So, long story short, they were looking for the bullets. One in their head. So I asked for all for it. So when they do an investigation like that, I learned and share. You stand back, and you come to me with it. I'm not going to you get in the middle of things. I gotta trust you to do your job. But you need something. You got an idea, you request something, you come to me and I'll get it. So they were looking for this bullet, couldn't find the bullet anywhere, it wasn't in the body. So I said, let me see all the pictures. So I sat in my office, I sent all the photographs. And so I went down, we have a big operations center downstairs in our office. I went downstairs and grabbed a couple of investigators. Why don't you go through the morgue? I never do that. Never get involved. Why don't you go to the morgue? Okay. I said, the body's still there. I said, once you get to take the body out of the body bag, I said, and that other bullet in the body. The person looked at me and they're like, the other bullet they're looking for. I dissected all those pictures. And with the corner and stuff, putting her in the body, hold her up on herself. And I could see, I'm sure that was a bullet that had passed through here, but was stuck on her foot. I said, but when you put her in the body bag, you had rolled her back over, it's gone. I said, that bullet was in the body. So it was like, we'll go keys, man. We'll go down, to the hospital, right down, and we'll take a look. They called me up because the sheriff, the bullet was in the body. They said, that's unbelievable. Dissecting and looking at it, and they said, they bring it up every once in a while. They said, we can't believe you saw that bullet and knew it was there. That's just a lot of experience. You got to look what's there, what's not there. So my heart is in criminal investigation. So let's talk about, I think we talked about a lot of gun laws last time. Not a whole lot has changed. Some has. Nothing good. Really, nothing good. Nothing like, wow, finally. None of that. Pretty much all the same. We're getting a lot more calls for deputies to be in churches. And special events. Muller and all over the event, they want two of us. Right. They want two deputies. We'll do what we do. The gun laws, not much has changed. I think I told you the last time I got my pistol permit. Did I tell you? I don't know if I remember. The governor came out and said, oh, retired police police officers must have a pistol permit now. Okay, so I got my pistol permit. Never had one. Got it for, finally got my pistol permit. So, um, not that I'm retired, but, you know, I decided tomorrow that I'm done. I'm not a big assault rifle person. Having, black guns, those are called military style guns. I just don't have an interest in it. I have an interest in guns. I've got a room full of guns. I like guns. I like to shoot. I taught my son how to shoot. He now is teaching his kids how to shoot. They're 10 and 13, boy and girl. In fact, next month, I am traveling out to Ohio to see him, and I'm taking them some pass on some grandkids. I'm a big Henry's rifle guy. Well made in the U.S. But I'm not a big black gun type. They're nice, they're fun to shoot. We have them in the office, all my girls have them. The patrol car has one. The patrol car. So, as far as that goes, I'm just not a big. Trained as a sniper by the FBI. So I'm more of a whole action. Reach out and touch it. Shoot. That's some of what the stuff I've done. I mean, I've been to I don't know how many schools over the years. That's 47 years. I'm up for re-election this year. As far as I know, right now, I'm running unopposed. Before, talked to my wife about it, and I said, "Thank you," and she said, "Good. I'm in good health. I'm still the first one in the office every morning. The office doesn't open up until 8. The administration and usually 7 or 4 after 7 in the morning, ready to go. By the time they come in, my emails are done, the reports have been read, and I'm ready to do that." So a couple of things I want to go over. This past January, I was in Albany for 2 days. Not a place I like. I really, I don't know how senators and the senators. We were up there for about 4 days. So a couple of the laws that we were talking about, a couple of actually reviewable laws that the governor is most likely going to sign. And I'll start with the vocal version. The first one is about inmates and the good time. You've heard of good time, you go to prison, you behave yourself, you get good time. Right now, so let's say you go to the sentence, my jail, I can only keep you up to 20. Actually, to change that, it's no longer 360. You can't be sentenced to jail 364 days. So, well, let's say a year. So if you come to jail for a year, you're sentenced for a year, whatever charge, and you behave yourself the whole time, you do what you go, you do everything that you're supposed to do. You can get 1/3 of your time. That's pretty good. 4 months. So you do 9 months and you can go out the door. Yeah. Alvin wants to make it happen. So if you are sentenced to a year, you get 6 months. Now I can take good time away from it. So let's say you're sentenced for a year and you're doing okay. do something and you do something different, like, do that, the bunch of corrections officer, another. Besides being charged, the criminal charge, I can take good time. And that's my priority. So let's say he's in for a year and he's coming down on 9 months, she does that. And I say, well, I'm going to take 30 days of good time. I just run up to 10 months. Well, to do that, which is very good, I have to fill out all of these forms and send it to all of them and tell them why I'm taking a good time. And you got to have a good time. So make it harder and harder. So now we're, so now we're talking, and I think it'll pass. It hasn't passed yet, but the first session's going to be ending, so we're trying to push stuff through. Some of this stuff, I swear, is why the budget hasn't been passed, because of the tack on all this stuff.
Let's say you take 30 days off of good time. Can they, can they say, no,
Give it back.
you gotta give it back?
Give it back. Yeah.
So in other words, they take your job away from you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. They take my authority back. Yeah.
But that doesn't make
So,
sense to me either.
yeah. So, sometimes you just, you're spinning the wheels. So that's the one thing that, and when I was in Albany, they said, this pretty much going to pass, but like I said, the session's going to be ending here pretty soon. And the budget hasn't been passed. A lot of times with the budget, the reason they don't get passed is because they tack on all these extra bills. And then they're arguing about bills and not the budget. It's not so much the budget, it's the bills that are attached to the budget. So you got, Democrats, Republicans, or whatever, and they have Republicans saying, well, look, I'll pass your budget if you pass my bill. Put that into the budget. Or the Democrats do say, you got my vote if you take my bill. So it becomes this avalanche of bills that they're trying to get out. But sometimes they think, well, it's the budget. So it's supposed to be in place by they keep saying it's first one. But anyway, so that's good time. So they want to go to halftime. So you get something through a year, you do 6 months. This next one is really going to be.
Oh, God.
I shook my head and I'm going to buy 9 on something. It's called a clean slate. Or a clean slate act. And this hasn't passed yet. It's another one of those that they're saying, yes, this is going to pass. So, if you are convicted of a misdemeanor, and you say, whatever, you go to jail, whatever, you get 60 days. 30, but after 3 years, so you get out, you've done your time, you do your 60 days or whatever, or probation, whatever you got, all done, all over, all that stuff. 3 years later, it's gone. You went to clean. You went clean slate. Now there are some exceptions to that. When I first saw it, I was like, I was nervous. But there are some exceptions to that. Sex cases, sex abuse, that kind of stuff. They don't murder. Yeah.
Well, you gotta, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Your class, what they call your class A, A1, A2, but after 3 years, take a simple thing like a DWI. So you get convicted of DWI, you pay your fine, you do everything. 3 years later, that's it. Except for law enforcement, we always. So if I run a criminal history on you, then I just feel like if you want to pistol permit. I get your all of the criminal history, but it's only 40 foot. So, there are certain places they can get it, security agencies can get it, schools can get it, child care places. Can get it. So,
What do you do for 2 months you go out and get,
well, the 3 years would start over. So let's say you got picked up in DWI, they can, 2 years later, you got clean slate, and then you do the rest. Now, for felonies, not all felonies, but all the serious felonies, you don't get the clean slate for felonies. It's 7 years. You gotta be good for 7 years. After you've done your time, your probation, and 7 years later, you get a clean slate.
On these charges, but the way things are now, you can't. Convict them.
I agree. Listen, so, they say why that they want to. Yeah. Well, the state. This is what the state says. Not me. The state says that we're coming down on people who have a criminal history, can't get jobs, can't get housing. So to improve the life of all these people that have been convicted, that suffer because they're going to get a job, they all know you've been arrested for, whatever, we don't want to. So if I'm understanding correctly, the state is about to pass laws that will use the ability to ensure the punishment that the person convicted of. And we're going to reward them by removing another disincentive, which is the fact that they have. We are essentially disincentivizing, reducing the punishment. We're basically reducing punishment. We're incentivizing punishment. That's what we're doing at the state.
Yeah. Instead of telling them, don't, you shouldn't have done the crime the first time.
Right. So, I mean, I look at it and I just, what can we do that? So, I'm a truck driver. So, if somebody gets a DWI, and would the trucking company be able to get that information? So let's not keep everybody safe.
Right.
No, we're not able to get housing.
It's social, a social justice. Not reality.
It's really kind of fast, really. The law is, they said, well, it's going to improve the lives of the people, and it's going to help New York State with the employment part.
Those people don't qualify for jobs.
But this is what I mean. I've said this so many times in my office. It's like, who's the guy who called me in the back corner office? Coming up with these ideas. Yeah. Because I just don't understand what's going on.
Well, and it starts at the head, so not being felony. But like what they're doing with the no bail and all this, it gradually works its way up. So yeah, it does include the felonies and murders and all this stuff.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah.
So that's, those two major laws really are going to be coming. Like I said, the session is going to be ending. I looked today just to make sure I don't think it's not going to make it. Probably be looked at it, but it would be up towards the top. Sure.
Enough time for people to pull off.
Yeah. And, so for me, it was just unbelievable, but, what, you know, now, like I said, there's certain, employment agencies, that with security agencies, teachers, schools, they can access, they can get that prior, but, you know, I mean, think of the millions of other businesses.
Well, what about somebody like you used to be tech, right? Or maybe you still are, I don't know. But, you used to go back in files and see
All the time.
and see what people,
Those are sealed.
yeah, and you can't go back there.
They're sealed.
Yeah.
They're sealed. They have to seal those files. Although I'll be able to see it on what they call the rap sheet, criminal history. I'll say, oh, Bill Dumble, arrested for, possession of, drugs, whatever.
Yeah.
But I won't be able to pull my file and see it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll
But
go.
you'll be able to, after 3 years, or 4 years, or 7 years, whatever it might be, you're still gonna be able to go back in and see that.
I'll be able to see it. I'll be able to see.
But you won't be able to
But
pull
not
it.
the
I'll be able to, yeah, right. I won't be able to see the detail.
Yeah.
So, that's where I have to, rely on somebody's memory.
Yeah.
What was that?
And that's if he was ever able to prosecute, was put in jail for it.
Right,
I mean-
and the criminal history will tell us that it'll say, arrested on such and such a date by such and such an agency, and, arraigned and found guilty and accepted. So it tells us that. Found guilty. So it will tell us that. You're found guilty of conspiracy. We'll get to that. But we actually pull the case out and read the detail. What's that? Yeah. So another thing I wanted to bring up, and I brought this along. I brought this. Oh no, this is. Marijuana.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Marijuana, both ways. So in Tioga County, we've got 4. There's storefronts that sell marijuana. So the way it's done is you come in the store, say I want to buy whatever. They don't sell that to you, they sell you. There's a sticker on it. They sell you the stick. But then you can turn the sticker on so you go in and say, here's my 50 bucks. So these are unlicensed places. So there's a licensed place in Road County now. Over on Perry Drive. I was looking at their website, and they're part of a bigger group. They're like a McDonald's franchise. I think it's 80. So we've got 4 of these, I think 4 in the wheel. So here, I don't know, over a year ago, the district attorney came in, we didn't want to complain about it. There's one place down in Beacon, run by a motorcycle. Not good guy. They're they're not the country motorcycle. They're not Hell's Angels, but they're not good guys. So this place called B Mills, Broad Street in Waverly. So he comes to me and he goes, I'm getting a lot of complaints. I said, yeah, I am too. We're getting all these I'm getting the emails, we have it on the tip line, I'm getting it on the tip line and stuff. He said, what do you think? I said, you know, Kirk Martin's a good friend of mine. I said, Kirk, you're asking the wrong person. You need to come up here. You know better. They said, let's get them. Let's take them down. Let's go for it. You know, I'm with it. Let's do it. So I met with my guys. I said, we're gonna take them down. So they work and work and work. The balances, we got more time invested in this place. So we get 3 places all at once. It was no 3 or 4 weeks. 3 in Waverly, 1 in the week. So we got all the people together, got all my SWAT team and all those guys together, criminal investigation, everybody together, met at my office at 4 o'clock in the morning, had a briefing. And if you ever had a chance to see how this works, it's really fantastic. They come up with a whole, it's like a military movie. They have an operational plan, there's a briefing, you know, we got the screen up, there's pictures of the defendants that we want to grab, cars we want to grab, buildings that we're going to enter, entranceways, pictures of entranceways. They do a lot of surveillance and research on it. So that morning, we hit them all at 9 o'clock. All the teams are separated, we announced that place, and time comes, they were all open. Coordinated hit, boom, let's go. A bit of them. Collected money, cashier's check, marijuana. There was a place in Nichols also. Explain the place in Nichols. So we take all this stuff, all the money, every penny we can find. So it goes for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. Their attorneys calling the district. Attorneys out of New York City. Marijuana is legal. It's not yet. No. You know, it's what it's going to be legal. It's not like do anything terrible. So listen, we'll make a deal. You keep all the money, store the marijuana, you put it on. No, I'm not doing that. No, sorry. Nope. They got mad. So it was about another 6 months or so. The DA says, you know, you're running back in business like 20 years. No, Mike, you know, my guys love doing this. He said, let's do it again. So we did it again. Did it again. All the money, I don't know. So I go back to the place in Nichols. Now, the place in Nichols wasn't actually selling them. What they were doing was they called the kitchen. And at the kitchen, they were making their So I took this out of the evidence. I have signed for it. So, the evidence there. So this is what had the marijuana evidence. We can pass this back. It's sweet tarts, rolled ones. Probably even in convenience stores, yeah, there's sweet tarts. My kids used to eat sweet tarts all the time. Okay. So this is the package they came up with. This one This sweet tart is the real sweet tart. The real package is sweet tart. I'll pass them both around. But if you look down on this package, got the sticker on it, and look at that little logo down here. It says THC 600 milligrams. That tells you it's got marijuana, which this doesn't say. This is calories 110. Yeah. So my question with the DA is, he has a very young daughter. I said, does your daughter know the difference between this one? Did she read that? I know that marijuana, she shouldn't be eating it. No. That's
And sweet starts the real company. The other
well,
guys
that's what has been brought up is the infringement on the logo package stuff is all falling here. Now this is only one. I mean they've got Snicker bars, they got M&M, they got. I mean this is just one sample. They probably got 50 different candy packages.
No,
You can't.
except for that one thing.
Well, the stickers are on there. So the stickers, that puts you on the. It's the same except for the THC.
Those companies.
So right now in my office, we've got about 400 pounds of marijuana and cannabis. The place in Nichols is where they were packaging everything up. But we got about 400 pounds. We got about 175,000. And both times that we do, we're back in business. We're back down to 95. We're not, we're back in business. They had couriers. We hit the courier. Because on the first run, the first time we hit the place, we knew there was a courier. She would deliver all the stuff from one store to another. One store was one short. She would grab it from this to wherever it came into marijuana central. She would divide it up, take it to the store. Yeah, she was a distributor. Yeah. So we hit her out on the street for 10 pounds. And no, right? No, better. Because if you look at it, they go.
But there's nothing bigger going on either.
You know, so we're kind of frustrated about it. We haven't talked about it a lot. I just think we're good with it. Yeah, we're making so much money with banks now.
One of them because it's several ways to get the
Right. We're taking the money. So here the second time we took like thousands of dollars off cashews. They were going to $500 in cashews. We got a pile of cashews. Well, it depends. It all depends. You get your homegrown marijuana. You got the guy who feel like it's okay stuff. But then you got the real cultivators who know what they're doing, and really cultivate. Fertilize it, trim it, take care of it. That marijuana, that's a lot of money. When I was just before I became senior husband, I did a case in Richmond. This kid came in my office. I was working nights. Came in my office. It was actually early afternoon. He said, I know he's with marijuana. And we do how many times? I know, hey, you use marijuana. Okay, we're, a couple of years. Tell me all about it. Tell me all about it. He said, how do you know about it? Because I live in the steel center. If you put in the steel center, he goes, yeah, I got chased away. I said, oh, okay. So I took all this information and talked to this is these guys. Go to a search warrant. Huge dairy barn. Big old, huge dairy barn. Now, I had this act of being able to smell growing marijuana. I can go out to a field with all while it's over here, so smell it now. It used to be such a. So when we got there, I stood there between the house and the barn. It's like the barn. So we went over to the barn, it's all locked up, open it up, the whole barn, dirt floor, full of marijuana. We're talking plants 12 to 15 feet tall. That's like, and so long story short, we ended up cutting it all down. We were there all night long, cutting it down and going down to a dump truck. We had 2 county dump trucks. And when daylight hit, we were outside, I'm standing there, and there's marijuana going outside. We were there for another like 6 hours picking marijuana from outside. We had 2 full county dump trucks, full of marijuana.
So what do you do with all that?
Yeah.
Well, we took it, we had to keep some of it for evidence, or we stripped the leaves off. The rest of it, we took down to the town, where the town rattle pit used to be. Put it down and sprayed it down with diesel fuel and lit it out.
Did anybody get high?
Yeah. Half the community gets high.
So we burned it all.
Yeah.
It was actually a woman. Probation, and I put it in the federal government. He was defined. What? The rules and regulations they were. The president also owned it. He was building it. His name and everything. Swore up and down with it. Yeah, right. Yeah. So I couldn't take the whole, so marijuana. So that's what we're looking at. Those packaging. My big thing is let's see that house. Yeah, what it is. Hey, we have awesome. The ambulance have open up that people ready. Several places are still. That's right. We got a call. That's all. You mentioned as a forfeiture. In regards to firearms, that many people break flag. And the one was two red flag law. Can you tell me how many red flag actions you've done in your case? None. Because in Florida, there was 23. Here. Well, none, okay. So the red flags, you change it. Now this is what you're talking about where police officers say, hey, Michael, you acting a little different. You may have some mental issues. Well, they changed that. We can't do that anymore. The police, law enforcement, we can refer a doctor and say, hey, God, these doctors. Then the doctors can talk to the reporter. Now, we have taken guns on court orders for domestic violence. I probably have, oh, I think down the I mean, I'm guessing we probably 500 guns that were either being stored or taken away. For one reason or another, a lot of domestic violence. Husband and wife get in a fight, and the husband doesn't want to leave. I mean, each one is for that. You know, if I hit my wife or something, please do that. But I don't need to come take off my gun. You're going to get in trouble. And they'll come and you know, you get order of protection. And order of protection will say, turn all your guns in. Not forever, for safekeeping. They'll come take my guns and throw them away. They said we had a whole bunch of about half the size of this guns, gun racks, all the way around. So they would come and take all my guns. And once the case was settled, then I go to court.
You're welcome to come in and listen.
So the judge can say, you know, you can't have it back, or you can't. You need to find it. There's no, look at this, a release order will go. Now, a pistol permit, the same thing. Pistol permit. Gun store, or the insurance.
Many people volunteer for that job because it seems to me that would be all you need is one person to do it.
Well, you know, if we had something we could know now, they will be out there. We went to a call, the house, you know, the house is just, you know, infested. Someone, you know, adult protective services will go over. According to the way that friends, even I was saying, you would be authorized and oh yeah, that's a fact. Therefore, the children must be taken home. And I know that the doesn't worry about that at all. My question is, I have yet to hear from a single state telling me the terrorists whether or not that gun is required by law. Everyone is agreeing that it has to happen. No one is telling them over here. we'll get a call. Nope, and they got a building license. But, nope, you know, I've done it. I mean, back when I was on the road. I've done it. Walked right through the door and said, there was the Department of Social Services, the DPS, and your kids are coming with them. They're working. What? But we take the kids. And we go through temporary housing, CPS. So we take the kids. I know we have. I think not too long ago, I heard him talking about, CPS call, we gotta go pick the kid up in the house.
What constitutes the neglect,
Abuse, you know, that type, you know. The house I went to, I remember, like, it was just a mobile home, CPS, really get into, like, oh, 18 months. Knocked on the door, and they, you know, they don't answer the door, they yell. Got it! Open up the door, I step in, and like, oh, baby is, there, and the wife sat on the couch, and the husband was away. We need to get up. And I said, I looked at the baby's filthy, dirty, the place was nasty. The baby's coming with us. And I looked at her and I said, oh, yours. And she started explaining things to me. Yeah, fine, yeah. You know, why don't you jump off? Why don't you just jump off? They just laid there, yeah, all crap. You know. And we put the baby, watch out, the baby in person. Like that. But yeah, no, we take it. It's fun because no state that has the red flag will acknowledge that any children have ever been recent record in any state of how many children as a result of the red flag law were in Second Amendment. And it just amazes me. Everyone now. You know, I've been there 47 years. I'm pretty old school. I'm old school. So, you know, I'm back when my sergeants and stuff were teaching me the ropes. When I would ask somebody a question and they'd be over to, they would get the right answer. Well, not good. He meant, you know, I will knock your head off. You get smarter than me. And, so that's the old school. You know, that's old school stuff. We walked in here with two things. Information in the free face, no leader was born. You know, that type of thing. And I was with it doing an interview, started. He puts a little guy on the window. We have a second floor. This guy's doing this thing, giving him a hard time. And I'll throw you an ass without the window. I'm saying, you better start talking. And he gave me crap, mouth bad. And the windows walked over to him. This kid looking at him like, he grabbed him up by the shirt, yanks him off the chair, and this kid starts peeing his pants. He's going to throw me out the window. I swear to God, I thought he was going to. Luckily, he didn't get that. Well, but, nowadays, people. My office, my guys are really good at what they do. I have to say, they're down to the newest deputy I got. They really know what they're doing. Really good. So with the new laws and stuff that have come down over the last few years, we've got a use of force. We have a use of force form, paperwork. If I come to your house with a warrant, that's it. You gotta go, you say I'm not going. Okay, I have to fill out this use of force form because I laid hands on you. None of that by doing like that, it's just guided you to the door, you know? And we've done that to, you know, we carry tasers, pepper spray, and we tase them, pepper spray them, you know, walk with them, wrestle with them, and all that. I mean, all that has form of form, and anybody else who's there also. Memos have to be written to me. I have to approve them. I have to support. Now, depending on what the use of force is, if I display my taser, I say I'm going to tase you. You don't come. You say, oh, well, we walk out the patrol car and do that. But if I get a call or I draw my weapon, not point at anybody, I just draw my weapon. Because we're at a burglary, you think it's a burglary, somebody's in the house, and I come over to the door, and I hold my firearm out, and I'm looking through the door. I said, no, where are you? I need to know. And I hold my gun. Use of force. Use of force. Certain ones, when you use your taser or you point your taser, display your hands on, um, lay hands on you, joint manipulation. All that's got to be sent to all of them. Increase your paperwork. Oh, receiving your capability of the job, tremendous. And justification is privilege. You got privilege. They don't get back. They don't get back. We send it to Albany, they acknowledge it, receive it, and that's it. Now, the Attorney General can come down, and we have a complaint. Before we file, lady got arrested. And she said I had a broken wrist. So the deputy, female deputy, okay. But I gotta put handcuffs on him. Put handcuffs on the phone. So the lady made a complaint to the Attorney General. Now, she filled out the use of force because this lady was getting pretty action. Didn't have to wrestle with her or anything, but had grab a hold of her, pull over. She was yelling the whole time when the wrist was broken. So she made a complaint to the Attorney General's office. The following day, she showed up in our office and the video was watching. Probably never been the building covered. We got two big doors as you go into the lab. One set of doors you walk in, with another big set of doors you walk in. The person wants to make a complaint. So we got it all on video. Yeah, that she's taking on the three big doors. You know, so I think we're going to be fine with that. That's a little lot.
I know the corrections officers, they're
Yeah.
from the state, I mean, I don't know about,
Law enforcement. If you, okay, that's the other thing about use of power. If I have an officer who gets 3 complaints, 3 personnel complaints, within 18 months, I got to report it. What the complaints are, what the investigation will be. that's another thing. But as far as personnel stuff, yeah, you've been foiled through information and as for disciplinary action, yes, I'm definitely.
It seems to me that when you go up to a door, don't know what's in there, and you draw your gun, right? Seems to me that if somebody has a gun inside, if you don't draw your gun, you're in trouble. Right? And, but
That doesn't matter.
no, well, I guess my question is, I guess I don't have a question. I guess it's downright stupid.
No, I agree with you. Yeah. And then my guys go through and that all comes to the training. Training. We never carried tasers. I was against tasers. Because, there's been, either heart issues, they get tased, and they die, or they get tased, they go down, get head on a curve. I was like, you don't need those types of we had pepper spray. Now, I don't know if anybody here has experienced anything with pepper spray. Go home, turn the oven on to about 450 and then stick the face.
Yeah.
And until you say, I can't stand it, and get out. That's good one. It hurts. We've all been pepper spray. Everybody's been pepper spray. Go ahead. Okay. Oh, yeah. So there was an incident. This was late last summer. I started about 2 o'clock in the morning. There's a gentleman down on North Avenue who's got a pipe and he was beating a car. And he's in the car and he got in the car and carried everything out of the car and throwing it out the street. So I had a sergeant. The sergeant, not a very big guy. The Army Ranger did 3 tours, 2 in Afghanistan, 1 Iraq. I gotta give the guy a lot of credit. He's seen it, he's been around it, he's done it. But he goes down, he gets his first car there. He pulls up this guy and beats the car. We have people up in the apartment videotaping. Instead of going down to help the deputy, they're videotaping. So, James Tommy Allen. Tommy goes down, gets there. Then he's back from the guy. Hey, you put the fight down, what's the problem with what? Obviously, the guy, he got a pair of shorts on. Really young, it's not his fault.
Of course not.
But he's beating on his car, Tommy did something else. I got to do something. So, and we always, the deputies forewarn, go ahead, put the fight down. Pepper spray. I'm going to pepper spray you. I'm going to pepper spray you. I'm going to pepper spray you. You need 2 words, stuff that, put the fight down. Guy starts to walk toward you. You can see it on the video that was confiscated from the numbnuts. He empties his whole hand. It was like squirting with a squirt gun. With a water squirt gun. Never even slowed him down. He went right after Tom. He was fighting. Ended up, he was on the ground with Tom. He was trying to pull his gun out. Tom's trying to keep his gun in the holster. Although we had security holsters, this guy was a pretty good sized guy. They're down there wrestling. Tom's got his head split open. So, state police were backing us up. State police got there, 2 guys. they come over, and they pull out their tasers, and they tase it. They tase them again. And the second time they tase them, they both jump on, so there's three guys on, trying to hold them down. Finally get them down. And, we had some time to the hospital. So I went to the legislators and I said, look, I don't have any money in my budget for tasers. I should buy them tasers. I'm not gonna have my money for it. So, we tasers. Anytime anybody, any of the deputies use the taser, I get called. I get 2 o'clock in the morning. They'll call me and say, we just had a taser. So what happened? You know, the incident, what's going on, how's our back? Oh, they're good. I was independent, not so good. They didn't like it. No good. Managers, they would have got it. But I think the legislators, if you're gonna buy tasers, I'm gonna order them, you're gonna pay for it. Why? Or finding money. Yeah, well, I want to first thank you for giving time to tell us about just all the issues. Very rarely do we ever hear about this. But another question that comes up is, given the increase in pay, decrease in capabilities to be out because of government interjection into the daily human operation, considering people taking videos and editing them to make you look good at that or to disrupt the report, on top of the difficulty of the job, not even counting things like gun laws, utilization of drugs and all that. Are you seeing what happens with the rare, departments? Is it harder to look, I'm asking you this. I'm not laughing at that. That's such a subject. There isn't, believe it or not, I am very, very, very lucky. I just had this conversation with a couple of people. They asked me about it. My road patrol, my deputies that push through the cars around town, I have no vacancy. None. Now what's happened, and they looked, they said, really, everybody else, you looking for deputies and corrections officers? Yeah. I said, I need about, I think we got about 7 corrections officers. And we're pretty small. I got, I think, 48 corrections positions. And I got 41. But as far as deputies, and they said, really? You don't have any vacancies? How'd you do that? How'd you do that? It's like this. I have a female deputy who left Endicott Police Department. I wanted to transfer. She took the cut. Company cut. In 17, this past month, I had this guy, this kid, he was this kid, who left Binghamton to transfer to Iowa. And when we interviewed, he said, where do you want to come from? He said, yeah, but it's a pretty good department. It wasn't recently really better. He said, I want management, really managed it. He said, everybody I talked to, they want to manage very well. And that's up to people. I said, well, that's always been the case when I've been here. The sheriff is always there. I said, well, continue to do that. And he said, no. And he took a huge hit. And he said, I'd rather work at a place where I want to go to work rather than happy. Yeah. And he said, he said, everybody I talked to, I know something like that. He's been around for a few years. He said, that's why I came. That's why I want to come here. And I said, okay. That's good.
You think all the issues with Albany, and what they want to do that. You think it also goes to the police and administration in a way that they have their own team for it, or because you're an anomaly.
I think that would be pretty hard to do. I think.
Yeah, I'm not, yes, it probably would be, but that's not to say they won't try.
I don't think we'd ever, I think there'd be a loophole. There would be a loophole. Yeah, I would. Yeah, Gary Finch was a senator for a time, quite a few years, that's really good. And he was in my office when we're talking about, this was a while ago. I said, Gary, he said, what? I said, revolution. At that time, get tired of what's coming out of Albany. Get tired of what's coming out of Albany. Do the revolution. You gotta be ready for it. Now, it may take 20 years to get to that point. But the stuff that's coming out of Albany, so I'm gonna ask you what kind of stove you have.
Oh, yeah, I had an electric, yeah,
We're gonna come and take your stove away.
it's my car.
My wife saw that, she's like, she looked at me. I said, we don't know her.
And the boat.
You know, she said, they're not taking my gas stove away from me.
Yeah, they are.
I said, but they're there. No, I'm not taking it.
Well, you know what's gonna happen? In the middle of winter, when the grid goes down and people are freezing to death, that's what it's
Well,
down.
I think about that a lot. Because, you know, the governor said, you know, well, first was the president,
Oh, yeah.
or the first lady. You know,
Yeah.
and then like a week later, she was some puppet show.
Yeah,
So,
no,
and then the governor did it. She did the same thing. She's in the kitchen. She's got a gas stove going.
And they're gonna keep theirs.
Yeah. I said to my wife, I said, you know what I think? You're gonna be really do that.
Yeah.
You can't get me that. You're gonna get stove.
Right.
Then that puts more pressure on the electric grid.
Oh,
And
that's
then, and when it goes
whole
down,
other ballgame. Whole other ball.
and people don't realize once that goes down, once you go on electric, they're the only game in town. So they can charge you as much as
See,
they want.
that's what we about the revolution. Stuff like that. People don't say stuff like, we're gonna take all your gas stoves away and you're gonna have to be driving electric cars. And
How, and we are on. These people are not, I'm not. That's a Lincoln.
And the Lincoln they did.
Yes. I was getting, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not. What do you mean by that? What I mean is that I actually think industry. We're going into I don't out of in other words, oh yeah, and that's the like not, no, I was stopped, I understand, well, no, but the discussion is, what can you do about it? Yeah, well, this is what we do. I think I mean, your property, but other folks who are in government are not elected. You know, I think people are. But the question is what you do, and if you need to help, there's a group of officers, you know, there's some new development, you know, another new development. We need to know that those to be, and it all comes back to that. So,
So, can I ask you a question? So these are your camps and you go, you go to like a apartment building, you're not going-
I have a list.
Okay, where do you get the list?
From our lead and from the state people who are working with all the reports that, you know, we heard about, you know, and,
So, because when you say a list, see, so I'm up for election. So I had to go out with petitions.
right,
Okay, I call over to the Board of Elections, my Board of Elections, and I said, Lynn, I need a walk-in list for the whole county. I get a walk-in, which is every registered Republican. Is that what you're talking about?
no, I'm working with the, listen, my position on this is not here, it's not here, it's not here. It's kind of like down here.
I just showed you guys.
So the list is people that I would like to be. I'm registered. I'm registered. It's a good voice. I can, but it's also, yeah, okay. I'm just, if you're voting wrong way. It's also- And, I don't want to start,
No,
but I'm very happy. We have a meeting this Wednesday, and, it will be, in, because, we really need help. This is how we have a really, Tioga, and, we actually are getting that. This is what we need to do, that, this is what we, unfortunately, it's very work.
that's interesting.
That's it, and I know Marley, I think that's, she was,
Yeah,
and,
yeah, and she's got my number, she called once before, yeah, and of course I started from.
right, she's fabulous, and I, she was very much, and it's a fabulous. And, this is how we do it. We need to take back our country. Right? And we would love to have every single one of you. I don't know, everyone. Oh, I know. Everybody else? Mine would be. Please, because we have to. Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. I'm all for, the application, we really will.
Oh, yeah.
I do this stuff all the time. You go into a convenience store and buy a pick and white, you gotta give them that license. But really? I'm buying a pick whiter and I got a.
That's at the licensing,
I got it.
because licensing is now the thing. I work for. Here's what I learned. This is really- they're talking about identification. Okay, so they're like any government ID. I'm like, what is a snapshot? Guess what? All those people that are newer, oh, our town. Yeah. That's what, and, you know, they're about to. Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, when somebody gets out of jail, when they get out of jail.
If they even get in jail, you're in New York.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you do it as a small gap, for 15 of them are federal. But when they leave jail, they have their. I had the paperwork. The registry was all. I help you fill it out.
No, that's true.
That came down from all. Wow. Again.
Because they can't win legally, they can only win by doing.
It's like doing the census, they want to talk, you know, when they're trying to do the census. Person, you know, you go to Attica and there's, you know, 1,000 inmates. Like, right.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, I totally moved up. I moved up to the beach. And the reason I got into this is every kid is got new kids at school. And there were, you know, people that were, and there was,
It was going.
and you had salaries that was, it only said, and then people who came in at the last minute had no idea who they were. Okay. And they won. Yeah. And nobody seems to have voted for them. And guess what? A lot of them didn't have kids. Yeah. So these are supposed people who are to move back. And then I was like, what? Okay, and you have 15 years, and you know what's going on. And going out on the street, going out on the street. Well, anyway, back to West. There are about 1 million voters. Oh, it's quick now. Exactly. It's always for one particular. You know, you are so right. Not the other side. You are so right. I mean, yeah.
Okay, let's get back to codification.
Well,
it's so, any questions, any more questions, any comments, anything I need to know? Listen, you mentioned earlier, I think you're getting called about. What do you see, just whether it's your observation or just reading the paper, what do you think is really going on here? Because what I read in these attacks on the church, going across the country, not necessarily kind of the county. So, well, I appreciate you doing that. I don't know. I really don't. I wish I could tell you what's going on. And you would save me. But I don't know. I don't know why. I got several guys who go armed the church, and the churches know it. They say, hey, look, I've been coming here for years, so I'll be your security. I'm your police officer. I'll come to church anyway. So here. And then I've got churches that hire uniform deputies to stay on. Yeah. Big one for us is they get a big crowd from the big crowd. I don't know why all of a sudden. I think it's target rich environment.
No, it is.
I'm suspecting the target rich. You go to church. I mean, my age. I mean, I'm in church with my friends. I do what to do. You back in the head. Act out of line at all, and you let your guard down. You're in church. Yeah. I mean, nobody's going to come in here and create a
disturbing, it's not the God's house. And I think it's the soft target, people's, guard is down. I'm here to worship and, nobody's gonna bother me and I'll be safe. And I said, no, it's not getting it. I wish I knew why it was sweeping.
So then they won't help out fellow people when that's part of all this, and down of any kind of moral. Well, and the churches, all.
Yes, I have a feeling about that. First of all, there's outside. More than your 15 and paper and so on. And it's like, okay, not only am I getting way more than my 15 ends of the day, every time there's another match,
It gets renewed.
Why, I don't
My subscription gets renewed.
yeah, my subscription. So it's that, and then you put the one streaming where this is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
But also, it's another way to work on it.
When you talk about your garden, my garden is never done. And I'm sure Gary is really.
Oh, no, I don't know.
And I know what's happening around the room that I'm in, 100% of the time.
That's why I've always, two things. One, you brought up the point, my wife would walk to dinner and I was the first.
I know.
We'll go into a restaurant. So they roll in the morning? Yep. Then we'll get to the table, so can you get back to the morning? Yeah, I can get it. I just want to. And that's why I always told my kids too, is you gotta be aware all the time. All the time.
I go to breakfast every morning. And I sit in the diner with my back to the wall all the time. And I watch everybody that comes in.
I go to Harris's Diner on North Avenue at 6 o'clock every morning. Every morning, 6 o'clock. I sit in the last seat, on the counter. So I know if somebody's coming in the back door. Okay, because the curtain moves, and I can see the front door. The guys are actually are sitting behind me, I know. And eventually, but if you want to see me at 6 o'clock, last seat.
Well, one last question. I have to run through an event myself, but I wanted to ask a question. Have any of New York's legislators, anyone in the legislature, come to you and ask you about how to harden any of the schools, or whether or not there should be armed security at our schools? Has anyone in any elected official in Tioga County or New York State?
The beginning, let's see. It was last summer, the end of last summer, before school started, we met with legislators. I met with my legislators, and we were talking about school resource officers for the schools. We had a district attorney there, and we were trying to kick up a program through the district attorney's office to have armed resource officers, not in every school, in every building of every school. Okay, which is a huge task. I mean, Tyler County, it's a small county, but there's, I think, 14 buildings in that. Huge amount of manpower. And there's all kinds of problems with that. They said, well, just hire a retiree. Well, my retirees left for a reason. They wanted out, They did 20 to 30 years. Some did 35 years. They're like, no, I'm not going back. No. And deal with little kids. oh, no. And I walk all day long, do the job right now. And there's some retirees, I just like, he would be good for the environment of school. But I just, we didn't have people. And they said, well, hire people, hire a deputy, off the ship. I mean, granted, I am full for deputies, thank God, again, not gonna work, I'm lucky, but to hire, a dozen deputies, they're not out there, right? They're not out there. I could have 25 deputies take the test. Probably 20 of them will pass. Another 5 will fail the physical or the physical agility, running sit-ups and all that stuff. They'll fail. By the time, and then there's the background check. Then there's drug test. Then there's the psychological test. By the time I get a list, I may have 4 to 5, like 25, 25, good day. And everybody, and what they do is what they we ask them to cross-file, and they took Tioga County test, and they also took tests for Bennington, Endicott, Johnson City, Cortland, Ithaca, So anybody that's hiring a police officer, they grab them. And you come up with, you get, maybe that's the, and follow this position. And everybody's heard of it for computer, except for Tioga. So, yes, sir.
What is your community of property training?
Well, I think it's Tioga County. Again, they go back. Some people, I know a lot of teachers, I don't know a lot of teachers. They're really not such teachers. They're old school. They're the ones who used to walk up to the book.
Hopefully that, they don't have to do it. So if you remove the soft target, the people there.
Schools are doing what they can do. Then I always tell people when we talk to security systems, you can become security clear.
Hello, folks. Just want to let you know, I have a prior engagement. I'm going to be with Larry Sharp on the Sharp Way. We're starting at 9 o'clock for a panel discussion. And so I'm going to be going over to his channel. Right now, I'm going to go home, go to my, get on and speak with Larry Sharp and his panel discussion this Monday. It starts at 9 p.m. So I do have to leave the meeting a little early. I thank you for watching Sheriff Gary Howard from Tioga County talking about the issues that matter to everyone. I thank you for taking your time to be with us, and I hope to see you over with Larry Sharp over in the Sharp Way on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. I thank you very much, and I want you to have a great day.